unbelievable place, and where we currently are is as good as it gets. I think that we're all happy that we get to live here. I live in South Tampa, so it's 45 minutes here, it's 20 minutes to Brandon Honda. I love everything about it. So if we're going to live on the west coast of Florida, we got to, obviously, if we don't have enough cash in the bank, we got to work. So there's really three choices of career paths that you can have on the west coast of Florida. You can either be in a salary-based job. Number two, you could choose to be an entrepreneur or a business owner. Or number three, you would be in a performance-based business. Now, let's talk about salary for a minute. What's the positives of having a salary-based job?
Stability.
Stability, consistent. What else?
Steady income.
Steady income, you get it every week. What else?
No, you're gonna be broke every
That's the negative.
That's a negative.
Let's talk about the negatives.
You know exactly how broke.
Ray, say that again. You know you're going to be broke every month because it's never enough money. What else? What's the negative?
Price tag on your performance.
Your performance doesn't matter. You kick everyone's ass, you still get paid the same amount of money. It's deflating. Okay? Let's talk about entrepreneur or business ownership. The positives are
Work for yourself.
you work for yourself, no limit. What else?
Other people making money for you.
Other people making money for you. What else? Flexibility. All right, let's talk about the negatives. How many people in here, by the way, have owned their own business in the past? All right, so we all know the negatives. The negatives are
Take it home with you every night.
take it home with you every night.
Can't find good employees.
Can't find good employees, they steal from
They
you.
steal from you. You know?
What else?
You're never off the clock.
Never off the clock.
Liability.
Liability, HR, being sued.
Cost, insurance.
The cost, the insurance, the payroll,
Rent.
the cash, the rent. What else?
Taxes.
Taxes,
Slow,
the stress,
slow seasons.
your competition, your upkeep, shit breaking, having to replace stuff. And ultimately, the number one reason why ownership and entrepreneurs and small businesses fail, they run out of cash. It takes 10 times the amount of cash that you think it will in order for a small business to succeed. It takes 10 times the length of time you think it will take in order for you to become successful. And ultimately, people run out of cash. And they take their entire life savings and they hawk their house and they hawk their bank account and they borrow from the bank and they work their friggin' balls off, excuse my language, ladies, and then they get there and they lose it all. There's a third business choice, and that is performance-based businesses. You are in a performance-based business. So the positives of performance-based are control how much money you make.
No overhead. Unlimited.
No overhead.
You don't take it home with you every night.
Don't take it home. You manage yourself, not anyone else. Unlimited amount of income, no cap, no investment, no liability, right? Tremendous upside. You control your own destiny. You have a sense of achievement. What else?
No overhead.
All right, no overhead. What's the negatives to a performance-based business?
Most performance. Competitive.
It's competitive. There's no guarantee of income.
If you're lazy, you're broke.
If you're lazy, you're broke. So in other words, it's a certain personality type that would work in a salary-based job. There's a certain personality type that, man, no matter how many times they fail as an entrepreneur, they just go at it again, and they go at it again, and they find a relative to lend them money, and they find a venture capitalist that believes in their idea, and they just do it again and again. And then there's a certain personality type that do really good in performance-based business. I remember I was a lot man at 12. I was a detailer at 15. I finally convinced them to give me a job selling cars at 17 because me not being a college graduate, in order to have an opportunity to make $100,000 a year with no investment, no liability, and no college degree, I thought I was in heaven. And I wasn't a natural salesman, but you guys all have traits. Some of you guys are tremendous negotiators and tremendous at overcoming objections and tremendous at displaying product and tremendous at building rapport. I don't know if I was any of those things. What I was unbelievably competitive. And that's what drove me and helped me get through all the trials and tribulations that you do. So now, you're on the west coast of Florida, you decide you want to be in a performance-based business. There's some keys to that. Number one, you got to find the right industry to be in. No matter how bad the economy is, are people still going to buy cars?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. The car industry is the second biggest industry in the United States of America. So you're in the right industry. Next one, you got to find the right product to sell in that industry. Is there any better tier one, middle of the road price product than what we have?
Nope.
The best.
Got it.
We got it. We're here. Okay? You can argue that BMW and Mercedes are better product or Audi or any of that. They're also selling, 40 cars a month. We have a Toyota product. All right, then you got to find the right organization. And we talked about some of the greener grass, and we talked about, we're going on 2 years, by the way. February will be 2 years. It's sneaking up on us. We did a lot of things right. We did a lot of things wrong. But one thing we do is when we do more of what's right and less of what's wrong. I'm not saying we haven't made mistakes. We certainly have. But we're going to continue to plow forward and drive this machine until we get to the top of the mountain. So when you talk about an organization, we spend upwards of $300,000 a month on marketing and advertising. We have all the inventory. We have the best executive F&I management team around. We have the best support staff around with Lori and Krista and Angelica and Angelique. I mean, those ladies are unbelievable. And we're sitting in this mausoleum in a gigantic market. We can draw from Wesley Chapel, we can draw from St. Pete and Clearwater, we can draw all the way up to Spring Hill and above. I mean, we have an unbelievable market. And then, and then the last one I just mentioned is the market. You can have all great intentions. You could be in a tiny town in Iowa and have a Toyota franchise. You're not going to make a whole lot of money. We have the right market. So you got to have the right industry, the right product, the right organization, the right market. Now, the rest is up to you, right? Now, Ferris did a really good job, and I like having them stand up because they should be recognized. But we have people in this room this month that'll sell 30 cars. And we have some that'll sell 8. We have some that'll make a ton of gross consistently, like Rod, and we have some that won't. We have ASNs that are at $450 a CPRO right now, and we have some at $125 per CPRO right now. We have some people in this room that'll close customers at 25% closing rate, and we have some in this room that'll close at 5%. We have some people in this room that consistently have good CSI, like Jason. And we have some people that never have good CSI. We have some people in this room that are going to deliver 10 plus used this month and capitalize on this contest. And we have some that don't even like selling used cars. They don't want to deal with the problems and the headaches. And God forbid you make all that commission, then you got tax on it, right? And you got to pay your accountants to go ahead and figure out all that tax, right? And then your wife sees your checking account getting bigger, and then she wants shit, right? Or your ex-wife. So, and then we have some people in this room that'll make $100,000 and this year plus. And then we have some people in this room that'll make $30,000. So with that said, I remember when I got my first job selling cars, and the guy said, you can make $100,000 a year selling cars. It was Woodbury Dodge in Woodbury, New Jersey. I was selling friggin' Dodge Omnis. Does anyone remember that car? All right. That's how old I am, all right? So I was selling Dodge Omnis in Woodbury, New Jersey, and I said, well, show me somebody that's making 100 grand a year. He said, that guy right there. So I went to him, and I said, man, are you really making 100 grand a year? He said, let me show you my year to date. He said, I've done it 3 years in a row. That's all I needed. Because I knew then it wasn't bullshit. If somebody's doing it, why can't it be me? And that boils down to what I preach, and for those that are new, I preach honest self-evaluation, massive corrective action. You don't like something about yourself, the first thing you have to do is don't hide your delicate pride from the truth. Don't hide your delicate pride from the truth. And if you don't like something, and once you admit that you have issues or opportunities, and take massive action. I love how Sean mentioned, Sean got great athlete his entire life, good looking guy, let himself get a little out of shape, had a bad relationship breakup, and said, you know what, F it. I'm going back to the gym. I'm getting shit done. I'm getting after it. And what did he do? He did. And he just found the girl of his dreams. I mean, that's how life operates. Does everyone understand that? That's how life operates. So there's 4 steps, right?
It's a guy, John.
There's 4 steps when you take personal accountability. Honest self-evaluation, massive correct. There's 4 steps when you take personal accountability. And you might want to write these down if you don't have them already. If you don't have a sheet of paper, we'll send them out to you afterwards. But number 1, you got to put in the work. There is no excuse for hard work. You got to put in the work. Number 2, you have got to sharpen your skills daily. What has got you to the point that you're at will not get you to the other side. It will not get you to a different level. You've got, and it doesn't matter what age we are. We have guys in this room that are 22. We have guys in this room that are 72. It doesn't matter what age you are. You got to sharpen your skills daily. If you're not committing an hour a day to learning and growing, you are doing yourself an injustice. There is no chip that you can insert in your head that will get you to the promised land. Number 3, you have to honor your commitments with self-discipline. I talk about there's a big difference between goals and commitments. Goals are bullshit. Commitments are everything. I want to make 100 grand. That's a goal. I'm going to make 50 outbound phone calls a day. I'm going to walk my used car inventory. I'm going to deliver a perfect customer experience at delivery so my customers send me referrals. I'm going to take John's advice and start sending my customers links on what their hobbies or activities are and be more consistent with my tasks and my birthdays and my anniversaries. They're commitments. That's how you make 100 grand, right? I'm going to learn how to overcome objections better. I'm going to learn the word tracks to present the first pencil better. They're commitments. And then the last one, guys, is you guys have got the people that are struggling in life right now. They have one common denominator, and that is they hang their hat on excuses. Excuses are the weakness in a person's DNA, and I see it all the time. Typical excuses. We own our used cars for too much. The managers are weak. They don't know how to make any gross. Our competition is giving cars away. There's too many salespeople. There's too little salespeople. The weather's too hot. The weather's too cold. There's all sorts of reasons. This guy's lucky. He's getting fed. Whatever. They're all excuses. And when you hang your hat on excuses, guys, you'll never be able to get to the other side. So today, I'm going to finish my excuse part by a man that I absolutely love. And so if we can pop this video on and let's get the lights in the back. My man Jocko Willick would love to chime in on excuses. I think you guys will like this.
Jocko, I am a chronic excuse maker. How do I stop making excuses and get things done?
The chronic excuse maker. How do you stop making excuses? This is actually pretty simple. And I said it the other day, and you have to realize, you have to know, you have to accept that all your excuses are lies. They are lies, all of them. Think about the things that you tell yourself, the lies you use to rationalize taking the easy road. Taking the easy road and leaving discipline behind. Think about them. You don't have time. That's a lie. You don't have support. That's a lie. You don't have the equipment or the gear. Lies. You don't know the best way. Who cares? That's a lie. Or you're too old or you're too young. Of course you're too old or too young. Lie. And there's you're too busy. Sure you are. That's a lie. And you're too tired or you're too sore or you're just plain not feeling it. Lies, lies, lies. And the list goes on and on and on. And it doesn't stop if you don't make it stop. So recognize. Recognize the excuses are not valid. They aren't. They're trumped up. They're conjured up. They're fabricated. They're lies. And how do you stop the lies? You stop the lies with the truth. The truth. The truth will set you free. The truth will stand, and the truth will deliver you from procrastination and laziness and the downward spiral that comes with a lack of discipline. So don't believe the lies, believe the truth. And the truth is, you have time. You have the skill, you have the knowledge and the support and the willpower and the discipline to get it done. So cast out the lies, burn them down, and listen to the truth, and live the truth, and go out and get it done.
So, for those that aren't following Jocko, still at this point, I would strongly suggest you go to his YouTube channel, subscribe to him. He's got a great catalog of 3-4 minute videos. It's not a whole lot of time. And what I do is when I'm driving from Tampa is I got YouTube on my phone and I'm playing videos and listening and trying to feed my mind and my soul with great information. And that's, you guys, everybody has problems, opportunities, and situations. I have the same. It's a matter of being able to adjust and adapt and deal with those things and power through to the other side. That guy's the real deal right there. He's a very brilliant, smart Navy SEAL, did 6 tours in Iraq and Afghanistan. I mean, that's a no bullshit kind of guy. There's a lot of guys that are real good at giving a speech. That guy's out there doing it every day. So, like the guy said, we got a great opportunity to finish this month. Our volume is not where it needs to be up till this point. The great part is we got 2 weeks to do something about it. Individual accountability. If everybody in this room does what they're supposed to do, we get to where we need to be. So I hope that today that we shared some info with you where you could say, you are in the right industry. Nobody wants to earn $300 a week and have a steady job in this room. Very few people in this room want to go out and put their ass on the line to start their own business that 70% of them are going to fail. You are in a performance-based business in the right industry with the right product, with the right people and support staff in the right market. We got it right here, right now, and all we got to do is do something with it, right? We got the opportunity. So I love you guys. Let's have a great finish to this month. And